Okay, here we are again today, my loves. I do have to go to work soon, so it's going to be a short one. But something that was coming up, and this is kind of like, this is just like the usual vibe I've noticed of this time of year, but we tend to forget until we're back in it. It's kind of like this being in standby or limbo, some people say. And I was noticing with myself that one, like understanding that there is a human element that may seemingly never be satisfied. But it's like you're feeling like we've been doing a lot and having a lot of healing taking place and shifts and changes and growth. Like, so maybe in order to be like, how could you find maybe joy and bliss in this? Or maybe challenge yourself that maybe the harmony with this is to be okay with the disharmony that is taking place, like, and just witnessing and being aware of that. And like, maybe like I was asking myself even like, well, how could I be more in love with this situation or be okay with this or just go with this energy or this like stillness even more? Like, what's it trying to teach me here? What's the best use of this right now? What is, like, how can I just be more? Because there's just like I'm sure you're noticing it too. It's just like you're like looking, it's like, oh, I gotta do. And then it's like you rebalance yourself, you get still again, center yourself, and then it's like, tell me if you're resonating with this, but it's like then this voice, because of this part of the mind that wants to keep going and doing things, this ego, and it's like immediately it turns, it's like, what is even the purpose of anything? And it just makes me laugh because it's just like, oh, we centered ourselves and solved all the problems for today and everything, and we're good. So now immediately it wanted to switch over to like, oh, what's even the purpose? I have nothing to solve, nothing to do, nothing to worry about, never da 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 da. It's like, well, then how can we just be more okay with this? Like, or be okay with the not being okay with it? Like, just like that, watching it and seeing, not in like a being mean to it, but like in a humorous way, like kind of laughing, like, this is just like kind of ridiculous, like, but I totally get it, like, it was like, because before that, like, I was just like, can I just like fully like go into standby? Like, can I just go sleep, put the covers over my eyes and just fully rest? Like, why do I got to do all this mundane stuff in the meantime, this like boring stuff? And it's just like, but then I realized, like, well, that's just really not an option, and for a reason. But just like watch all this and try to just enjoy this time. And then another thing is be grateful. I thought I was being, not that I wasn't being grateful, but I wasn't being as grateful as I could have been. That I wasn't getting as deep as I could have been. And what I mean by that is like, so I was going through my YouTube and I saw, and I've had a German class back in the past, so I've seen lots of the World War II. I read a book called Man's Search for Meaning, highly recommend. And it talks about, these experiences in the concentration camps. Well, this video was going over basically that with like some footage, some movies, but some actual footage. And it was just like reminding me that, like, when you have that feeling or that voice that comes in that's like trying to be discontent and trying to be like, what is the purpose of anything? And like, it just really recentered me to like, just be grateful that you can lay on your ass, excuse my language if that bothers any of you, but like, and not have to do anything, and you're so comfortable. Like, like these things that we take for granted. And I know, like, hopefully it never gets that extreme again, like World War II. But like, it's just realizing it's like, in reality, and that showed, like, sadly, and a little bit scary, can be a little bit scary to realize, but it's like, at any moment it could just snap its fingers, and like, guess what, we're all getting loaded up in the camps, and like this craziness. And it's like, so just like be happy that the fact that like you're perfectly safe, very comfortable in your little nest, in your little cave at your, you know, your apartment in your house, and like no one's bothering you unless you want to be bothered. And and I know that's not necessarily the case for everyone, but like, just finding, but though the great, what you can be grateful for in your situation, just like all those creature comforts we take for granted. Because like I said, like in this video, it's like it was a stark contrast and reminder that like you could literally like be treated like less than an animal. Like that has been something that has happened multiple times in human history. And the fact that we are so fortunate just to even just be, like, truly be, not in like a be in a like miserable or suffering way. But I think that's also kind of where some of this discontent comes from. Is like, because there is like a human collective energy that is so ancient, or just like has been a repetitive pattern of like, so it's like when we don't have like something that almost makes us want to like, where it's like, if we're not being put in those survival modes or those like horrible things, like we're evolving to like be okay with peace in a weird way, or and just not like being able to be so rest so much and be so complacent at times. Like, and I think that's the thing too, is like, honestly though, like that's the thing. It's like, instead of honoring, and there's nothing wrong with it, honoring these individuals, these ancestors of ours, these like people that have come before this and have suffered these things, like instead of honoring them just with hard work, like honor them also in the other way of like enjoying the safety and the peace and the comfort that we get to take for granted even every day. It's like, take a moment to like seriously like sit and honor them by fully embracing and enjoying it. It's like because if it wasn't for their trials, it might not have turned out this way. And like I said, like we do honor them with hustling sometimes, and the hard work and putting in the effort, and you know, don't want to take our time on this, in this life, on this earth, for granted. But at the same time, it's like, honor them for the fact that you can actually sit there and not be disturbed if you have that capability. Like, I'm sorry if you don't, but like, and I know your situation will change. I know it will, especially if you're tuning into this video. Like, it's going to, everything, it will pass. And when you get to this point, like what I'm talking about, like allow yourself, give yourself permission to like honor yourself and all the ones that came before you who didn't get this or got very little of this. Like, honor them also in this way of like enjoying this limbo, this standby mode that like we almost like want to like, it's so weird. It's like we're addicted to suffering in some weird way as humans, I feel like, because it's just like, oh, let me find a reason to suffer, or have a complain about this, or oh, let me complain, like, oh, what is the purpose? And it's like, everything has a purpose, even if you can't see it. That's not really your job to really worry about anyways. Anyways, just noting that. But yeah, so like I said, I'm keeping it short, but I just wanted to share that, like, for anyone who needs to hear that today, like, just be. Honor yourself. Honor all the ones that didn't get that luxury, and who don't even have that luxury maybe right now. Like, you've been honoring them so much with hard work, and whether it's on yourself or something outside yourself, but like, now honor them with the fact that you do this, like, and also taking that into consideration, like how, you know, we take things so personally. I wanted to mention like a powerful meditation that you could incorporate at this time. Tonglen is a Tibetan form of meditation. And it's just about like taking whatever experience you're having, and tuning into the fact that you're not the only person, that like there's so many other people, whether it's on this planet, another dimension, another world, another solar system, another, you know, another galaxy, wherever. It's like there is always someone else, some other being experiencing that exact same thing for you. So it's like you meditate, you get still, and you focus in on that, but you focus in on like, I'm taking this on with them and for everybody else who's feeling this. So, and it's a really good way to like make it not so personal and not get caught up in that tunnel vision that we can sometimes get stuck in. And you can just be, honor everybody with your being. Anyways, sending you so much love. Talk to you soon. And like, share, and subscribe if you feel called. I enjoy it. Leave some comments. Tell me, you know, what you liked, what you didn't like, in a constructive criticism way, of course, as usual. And like, and maybe share some things you want to hear about. As we go along, I will share more like my knowledge and experience, and you'll get to know me, because I do not, I understand there's, you know, but I do know a lot. Like I've been through a lot, I do know a lot, and I do look forward to sharing all that, and hopefully that helps anybody, even if it's just one person. Love you much. Talk to you later. Bye.